Ideas are worth nothing, execution is everything was the first thing that ran through my mind when I finished playing Mirror's Edge. I hadn't been that happy to have finished a game in a long time. And not because I liked it, but because I was happy my time with the game was over. I can't point out exactly when I went from thinking that Mirror's Edge was a game that had ascended into an experience along the lines of an Unreal, to thinking that Mirror's Edge was an exercise in frustration and poor design, but I've never turned on a game this hard, and now's my chance to explain why. There's a lot more to Mirror's Edge than meets the eye. The further into it I got, the more it began feeling like a Valve game, specifically Portal in design, and a Monolith game, specifically Fear, in presentation. On the surface, it's a game about running, but it's a lot more than that. It's a game about goal-oriented progress and how the game can guide a player from point A to point B seamlessly using the power of color. In a sea of white, blue, yellow, and green, the color red stands out so well that you can't help but be drawn to it, as everything else in the environment is drowned out, and even time begins to fade as you jump from red pipe to red pipe, inching closer and closer to your goal. None of this is hurt by the fact that Mirror's Edge is beautiful. I don't think I can name a game that has aged this well visually that is this old. And that is where my admiration for Mirror's Edge ends. The combat and gunplay in Mirror's Edge are fucking god-awful. I'm not even annoyed that the game forces its combat on you, so much as I'm pissed that the game establishes certain attacks and then they flat out don't work on some enemies. I can't describe the rage I felt when enemies later in the game would block my attacks when all I could do was run away. And I could excuse the combat being shit, but I don't even think that running is fun. Momentum is never kept because the movement is sloppy, and seems to follow the Tomb Raider reboot trilogy style of grappling, where when it works, it's great, but when it doesn't and you make the slightest miscalculation, you're fucked and you're dead. I also think that this game's regenerating health system was a mistake, and takes away from the tension in the action scenes. I wish I could say I liked Mirror's Edge, but I didn't. It was far too frustrating, and I play games to have fun, not to be hampered in my progress by elements so poorly designed that they anger me. Innovation means nothing to me if you can't properly execute it, and I don't feel like Mirror's Edge did. Hopefully, Catalyst is better.